Right, let's see what you thought of Trinity 2. You've not read this either, have you, Scott? So I'll talk about it a bit because I think I'm the fan of this book, where you guys aren't that arsed, really. But it's it feels like a very good old fashioned superhero story. It feels like classic DC, where things haven't felt classic for a long time. So it's quite refreshing in a nostalgic way to read something like this and remember why we like these characters and why they're a good team and why these three people are the pillars of the DC universe. The story itself is very kind of low key. It's a classic fucking plot point of this friggin' plant that sticks to your chest. You've probably seen it in the animated series. It sticks to your chest and it makes you just live out a fantasy, and you don't know you're in a fantasy. You don't. You, it was in. It was in the old Justice League Unlimited type stuff. I can't remember
Right,
which.
okay.
It was probably one of the earlier episodes. But it's a reused plot device that DC often visits, and this time it's brought on by Poison Ivy, by the looks of it, who seems to have some sort of control over this alien plant thing. But it gives us a reason to go back and explore like the demons that haunt these people, specifically Superman in this issue, and sort of let him deal with some of the things that he's not been able to in terms of his father and his own son, because both Martha and Jonathan are dead in the current DC universe, and Clark wants someone as a sounding board to talk to about being a dad. So it was, I think, a clever way of giving him that opportunity. Um, but I know you boys don't really love the last one, maybe because it's a bit more of a steady, low key story. But what did you make of this one, Alex? Was it any sort of improvement?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
good.
100%. It was much better,
Oh,
much
good.
better. Um, the low key worked in this one. You could see what was happening early doors. I think with the last one, it was because it was an issue one. It was a little bit introducing this, but not quite introducing it because after all, it's Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. We all know who they are, but in case you don't,
Yeah,
let's show you all this stuff.
yeah.
Whereas this one, that's all done, and it's let's just crack on with the story. And storytelling is good.
Mm.
It's just a good story, pure and simple. There's no bombastic parts of it. There's no craziness. There's no beating up a storm. But that's not what this book's for. This is just a good old fashioned story, and it
Yeah,
works.
yeah. Yeah, it doesn't. Just because they're wearing capes and they can do these stupid things, it doesn't mean they can't just wander around in the woods and try and find a kid who's run off and have a
Yeah,
chat on the
just
way.
it's a good way of getting to know the characters, particularly for someone like me who's everyone knows about Batman and
Yeah.
Wonder Woman and Superman, but getting to know the characters from the comic book side of things,
Mm.
someone quite fresh to DC, and getting to know them without the background of Apocalypse or no, wrong one. Try again. The other,
Dark
yeah, Dark Side. For Dark Side rocking up and
Yeah,
kicking off, and Lex Luthor cackling maniacally in his ivory tower and stuff like that. It's nice just to have that. These are, I mean, after all as well, these three.
yeah,
They are an important trio to have, and you can have the Justice League, and then above all that as well, you've got the three corners
yeah,
which have to stand firm, and that's they need to be human. I mean, we all know Bruce is human, but Wonder Woman, half god, Superman, alien, they have to have their humanity, and this shows you it.
mm.
It
Oh,
works.
good. I'm glad you're enjoying it now. I
Yeah,
was
much better.
a little bit worried I was going to have to stop being your friend, but you've postponed that judgment for another day. Um,
keep that one up then, shall I?